This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Public interest litigation comes up at the Madras High Court against the shifting of the Secretariat to Fort St. George. S. Ramadas and Vaiko expressed their dissent against the move. The whereabouts of Chennai's missing tiny daughter still not known. NDTV-Hindu launches the search for Tamanna campaign.
And I want my people, is anybody having my child, please let them give me back.
7 days on and the city's police's search for 5-year-old Tamanna continues. Police say there has never been a case when a child has not been rescued.
We are as keen, whenever any kid is missing, especially girl, we try to take slightly extra efforts.
Girls top the ICSE results once again. Overall pass percentages are higher than last year. Class 12 registers 97% pass. JJ Lalita promises to meet the media once a week after taking charge. Observers say no one can accuse Amma of being inaccessible.
I'll meet you once a week. You should be happy with that.
And meet the meditating monkeys and the crumbling losers who are all set to charge this summer. Let the Teenage Premier League begin.
We want to create one Dhoni in our school team and yourself to build a game what you can play for. This TPL gives us a chance to play for it.
Good evening. Welcome to Headlines now on NDTV-Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. Tonight is yet a night of frantic search for the family of a 5-year-old girl, Tamanna, who's been missing since a week. Can the city police restore the peace and, most importantly, their darling daughter to the Noor family? Lots of mystery in this case, several questions unanswered, but that's our big story tonight. But before that, the national headlines. Prakash Karat says everyone in CPM, including him, is responsible for the Bengal defeat. B.S. Yediyurappa meets President Pratibha Patil and parades 122 MLAs to prove that he has the numbers in the assembly. A week after the government says fugitive Azul is hiding in Pakistan, he is now found in Mumbai city. The Home Ministry orders a probe. Shane Warne and the Rajasthan Cricket Association secretary appear before an IPL inquiry panel over the Jaipur pitch fiasco. And the king of the ring ties the knot. Boxing champ Vijinder Singh gets married to Delhi girl Archana Singh. Rahul Gandhi among the guests. Now, can Amma continue to work out of the Fort St. George if that's what suits her? Well, that question now comes up as the Madras High Court gets set to hear a public interest litigation against the shifting of the Secretariat from the new complex on Anna Salai to the Fort St. George campus. In fact, Advocate Krishnamurthy was the one who filed that public interest litigation, saying that the earlier AIADMK regime also wanted to shift the Secretariat and that the non-use of the new complex would mean money of over 1,200 crore rupees is wasted. After PMK's chief Dr. Ramadas opposed the shifting to Fort St. George, MDMK's chief Vaiko has also now joined in support. Joining us over the phone line is our senior correspondent Peer Muhammad. Peer, tell us more about this litigation that's going to come up on Wednesday, and does this really have to? Is this what Jayalalitha will have to go by despite having that landslide victory and despite the DMK having had its way while they were in power?
Evelyn, this petition may be heard by the Madras High Court on Wednesday, and this is the first time the court is going to hear the petition. And this may not be a very big legal challenge for the new government, considering the fact that this is a public interest litigation. But the facts mentioned in the public interest litigation by the advocate or something that the court might take notice of, because he had mentioned the fact that the AIADMK regime from 2001 to 6 considered shifting the Secretariat from Fort St. George to a newer place, and even they considered shifting it to the Queen Mary's College campus. But because of the opposition from the then opposition DMK and also from the college management, they had to drop that plan. And then they wanted to shift it to a location in Kelambakam suburbs, but that also there were criticisms. So they wanted to shift it to near Anna University, where the DMK regime built this Anna Centenary Library. And also there were the ADMK regime put it on record that the Namakkal Kavinyar Malike, the adjacent building to Fort St. George, which houses many department secretaries, was leaking during monsoons and it was damaging the files. These were on records of the 2001 to 2006 ADMK regime itself. And that is the basis for this public interest litigation, and taxpayers' money of 1,200 crore rupees is spent on building the new Secretariat complex on Anna Salai, and that is going to be wasted by the new government. And the new building is almost abandoned because the new government has moved to the old seat of power, that is Fort St. George, and this would be heard. And also there is politically, the PMK and the MDMK had expressed their reservations about shifting the government from the new Secretariat complex to Fort St. George. And we have to wait and see how others would react to this particular situation and how the ADMK government is going to react to the whole criticism. Evelyn?
Right, now that you brought in the role of the DMK themselves, but politically other parties like Jayalalitha's long-time compatriot Vaiko of the MDMK and Ramadas are also against this move. What could this really mean for Ms. Jayalalitha?
We have to wait and see what Ms. Jayalalitha has in mind, because as a chief minister, she seems to be a very changed person. She is open to criticisms, and she had said when the media persons asked this question on the day she took charge as the chief minister at Fort St. George, she said, "I don't want to rush to any conclusions on the new Secretariat complex. Our cabinet will meet and decide on the status of this new building." So we have to wait and see what the cabinet has to say on this new Secretariat complex built by the DMK regime. Evelyn?
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Pete, for joining us with your inputs there on that story. It is day 2 of the new AIADMK government led by Ms. Jayalalitha here in Tamil Nadu. From accommodating allies to reaching out to minorities to even making more time for media interaction. Many political observers in the state say this is a changed Jayalalitha in her third innings.
Well, if Ms. Jayalalitha's first show in her third innings is any indication, and it seems she's getting better with each innings, from accommodating allies to reaching out to minorities. Remember, even before the elections, she reached out to the Christian community, participating in those Christmas celebrations and also promising them aid for pilgrimage to Israel. And now, if there was ever any accusation against her that she's inaccessible, then Ms. Jayalalitha has proved her detractors wrong yet again, promising to meet all of us, the media, every week. Take a look.
We'll strike a deal. I'll meet you once a week. You should be happy with that. அதை விட்டுட்டு காலையில நான் கிளம்பும்போது அங்க கேட்டுக்கிட்டு இங்க கோட்டைக்கு வந்தா இங்க காம்பவுண்ட்ல தாஜ் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு போனா அங்க போர்ட்டிகோல இப்படி கேட்காம வாரத்துக்கு ஒரு முறை உங்களை எல்லாம் சந்திக்கிறேன், எல்லா கேள்விக்கும் பதில் சொல்றேன்.
A promise there to meet every week with the media. Let's now get you the big story on Ndtv-Hindu tonight. A kindergarten student from Chennai, Tamanna, has been missing from the city's Marina Beach since the 11th of this month. And we here at Ndtv-Hindu have kick-started a campaign to help find her. This is called Search for Tamanna. Now imagine a 5-year-old boy going around the beach in search of his missing twin sister, holding her picture in his hand. Well, that tells the story of a family in Chennai going all out to trace their missing child Tamanna. As the police is yet to trace the little girl, her family has started a Facebook page and is distributing posters at almost all public places in the city. The police rule out kidnapping but hope it's not a case of human trafficking. Our executive editor Sanjay Pinto of the English News Department reports on this heart-wrenching story.
5-year-old Rehan has been coming to the Marina Beach every day, not to build sandcastles or to buy candy, but to look for his twin sister Tamanna. The little brother is also part of a search in Chennai for Tamanna. The Urdu-speaking lower kindergarten student had come to the beach with her family at about 7:30 p.m. on the 11th last week. She suddenly disappeared after she went to buy sweets, hardly 15 feet away from the spot where her family had been sitting. The beach was crowded that evening. There were 5 other children who got lost that day. 4 were found by the police. Only Tamanna is still missing. The family has started a Facebook page on their missing child and are pasting posters with her picture across Chennai. Tamanna does not come from an affluent family. Her father runs a small pharmacy in the city.
Till now I had never any call, there is nothing, no call from me. Maybe there is some miscalculation or misstanding with my kid, maybe they are somebody taken. So I humbly request them to please return my kid to me.
The police has formed special teams to trace her.
Actually, in the history of that Marina Police, in first case where any kid has been missing and not been traced. Suppose Nariya parents without kids, they might have taken away to rear the kid. Or there may be some antisocial elements to take away for the trafficking purpose.
Tamanna means desire, and her parents have just one desire now, to find their darling daughter soon. Meanwhile, here's their appeal to Chief Minister Jayalalitha.
If she thinks she can do it, I know she can do it. She have the whole authority and she is very good in these things. And she is a lady and she can understand my wife problem, the little daughter problem.
In Chennai, Sanjay Pinto, NDTV.
Do join Ndtv-Hindu in our campaign to search for Tamanna in any way you can. It's hard to forget that smile and that face of that little one. If you have any information at all about her whereabouts, you can contact the numbers on your screens right now. In fact, those are numbers of people connected to her. But up ahead at 9, do make sure you are tuned into a special discussion with a well-wisher of the family and Tamanna's father himself, Syed Noor Ahmed, and the top cop in the city about how this operation will head from here. Up ahead on headlines now is India's most wanted man living the normal life on the streets of Amti, Mumbai. Find out more when we come back.
Headlines Now is brought to you in association with Lalita Jewelry and Textiles, Chennai and Madurai, VGP Universal Kingdom, your family amusement park, Harley Street, the Medical Park, Tharamani, Chennai, and P.G Constructions, Building Solutions.
Una kana pana tuna. Okay.
Sure. Udayam romba pure.
Una kana pana tuna una pana. Huh? Una kana pana tuna una pana. Sure. Udayam romba pure. Sure. Udayam romba pure.
Una kana pana tuna. இந்த எல்லா பருப்புக்கும் உதயம் மட்டும்தான்.
Una kana pana tuna una pana.
லலிதாவின் மிக குறைந்த சேதாரம் அதற்கான 1 கோடி சேலஞ்ச் கனவா நிஜமா
100% நிஜம் சார்
ப்ரூவ் பண்ணனும் ஓகே கால்கட்டா டிசைன்க்கு எவ்வளவு வேஸ்டேஜ் கல்கட்டாவோ மும்பையோ ஆன்டிகோ குந்தனோ எல்லா நகைக்கும் 1 to 9% தான் வேஸ்டேஜ் ஒரு சில ஐட்டத்துக்கு தான் 10%
சிம்பிளா சொல்றேன் 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய்க்கு நகை வாங்குறீங்கன்னா கொடுத்த பணத்துக்கு எத்தனை கிராம் வீட்டுக்கு வாங்கிட்டு வரீங்கங்கறத முக்கியம் அதான் விஷயம் அதுலதான் விஷயம் அந்த வகையில் லலிதாவின் 1 கோடி ரூபாய் சேலஞ்ச் கனவல்ல நிஜம்
சுறுசுறுப்பான குழந்தைகள் ஆரோக்கியமான குடும்பம் இப்போது எல்லாம் நம் கையில்
E-Malt, a chemical-free product.
Welcome back. Now, the girls have done it again. The ICSE results for Class 10 and Class 12 were announced today, and the numbers are looking up this year with a 98.61 pass percentage among the 10th graders, while a 97.24% has been registered among the Class 12 students. Over 122,000 students wrote their examinations for Class 10 this year from more than 1,500 institutions. Girls students once again outshone their boy counterparts in Class 10 by a small margin. That was about 0.96%, but the difference was quite higher at 2.10% when it came over to the Class 12. Both figures were way better than the last time. Over 57,000 students overall wrote their examinations for the 12th standard exams this year from more than 700 institutions.
We've just received the ICSE and ISC results. All the children in both the ISC and the ICSE have passed. I am happy to say we have 2 centums in maths and 1 in physics for the ISC.
On to some national news now from Karnataka, and the latest from the standoff in the state. Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa paraded his MLAs before the president today to prove that he had the numbers in the assembly. Mr. Yediyurappa also went to give President Patil a memorandum. The BJP has kept up the pressure it has built over the last 2 days on Governor Herad Bharadwaj, with top leaders leaving no stone unturned to ensure that it's only government in the south that is saved. In fact, speaking to some reporters today, Yediyurappa said that he was confident of winning this battle.
इसके पहले भी और आज भी मेजॉरिटी है, इसके बावजूद भी फिर से राज्यपाल महोदय ने सिफारिश भेजी है। बार-बार वहां जिस प्रकार से हस्तक्षेप करते हैं उसको ध्यान में लेते हुए राज्यपाल महोदय को कर्नाटक से वापस बुलाना चाहिए। आपका वो अधिकार है, ये बात हमने राष्ट्रपति महोदय को कही है।
There is major embarrassment for the government as one of India's most wanted turns out to be living in Mumbai. Wazhul Kamar Khan was in the list released last week in connection with the 2003 Mulund train blast. The Home Ministry has ordered an inquiry to find out how the government could have declared he was in Pakistan when he was in fact living in Thane, Mumbai's suburb. Home Minister P. Chidambaram blamed the Mumbai police for not checking the list prepared a month ago. The state's Home Minister R.R. Patil has ordered their own inquiry. Wazhul Kamar Khan was arrested last year but let off on bail. The organizations that are involved in preparing the list are the Maharashtra Police, the National Investigation Agency and the Central Bureau of Investigation. Well, the inquiry is on, but which agency is actually responsible for this goof-up? Sources say after Khan's arrest in 2010, the Mumbai Crime Branch failed to inform the CBI, which is in charge of India in the office of Interpol, because in Mumbai didn't tell them. Even today, Khan is shown as a wanted man on the CBI's website with a red corner notice against him.
I can't comment. I did not prepare that list. There is one name. And I agree, a newspaper today has said a person with the same name is found in Thane. But whether they are the same persons or 2 persons with the same name, how can I say? Be that as it may, if you prepare a list of 50 people over a period of time, assume we are wrong in one name. I mean, 49 are right now. So I don't think we make a big issue of all these things. These are lists prepared over a period of time. It's possible that they could be an error or they could be 2 people with the same name. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check.
इसके गुनाह बिने सब दाखिल है, कोर्ट के जरिए सब हुआ है। जैसे पुलिस का कुछ नहीं, अभी छानबीन चालू है। छानबीन के बाद हम मालूमात देंगे।
पर अभी आप पर क्या खातरी करने के थे?
वो हम पूछताछ कर रहे हैं। किधर है, क्या है, इंक्वायरी कर रहे हैं, बाद में आपको मालूमात देंगे।
लेकिन सर, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने ये बोला है कि ये बंदा इंडिया में नहीं रहता है, पाकिस्तान में रहता है।
नहीं, इधर ही
पाकिस्तान को लिस्ट दिया है।
इधर ही हो, अभी हम देख रहे हैं। मेरे पास चार्ज इस एरिया का, अभी मैं मालूमात ले रहा हूँ।
Well, despite trying to maintain a low profile, Wazhul Kamar Khan spoke to the media, and here's what he had to say.
औरों को क्या बोलना है? अभी नहीं बोलना है। आपको इस बात की जानकारी दी गई थी कि आपका नाम कांग्रेस की लिस्ट में, आपको क्या जानकारी दी गई थी इस बात की?
मुझे कोई बात नहीं करनी है, अभी कोई बात नहीं करनी है।
आपको दिन भर पुलिस ने यहाँ घुमाया है क्या?
नहीं।
आप सुबह से कहाँ थे?
सुबह से मैं यही था, यहाँ पर घूम रहा था।
लेकिन पुलिस आपके साथ थी?
हाँ, पुलिस साथ थी।
आप घर से क्यों?
दिन भर नहीं, मतलब 1 घंटे से मैं घूम लीजिए। हेलो, छोड़िए मुझे प्लीज, समझिए बात।
Moving on, CPM's General Secretary Prakash Karat, in his first interview after the loss in Bengal, says that the entire central leadership is responsible. Speaking to NDTV's Sandeep Fukan, Mr. Karat also said that it was up to the party to decide if he should quit.
Would you say that this process of erosion started from Nandigram and Singur? Was that the main reason? Would you actually say some of us get the feeling that the land, the whole politics of land was hijacked by...
was used against us. It was our strong point that we had fought for land distribution, and that was used against us, saying that we are taking away land. I think it acted to a certain extent as a catalyst probably, but there were other factors also.
So every party has a system of fixing accountability. Who would you hold accountable for this loss? As a General Secretary, would you say that you should share the primary responsibility, or would you say that these elections were lost because of local factors and hence the state leadership?
No, West Bengal is such a state which is the main left base of the country. I don't think we can attribute blame or accountability only to our local party organization and leaders. The entire party is concerned about Bengal, is involved with Bengal. The central leadership onwards, from the top, which includes me, has to take responsibility for this defeat and see how we can get out of this.
So the last couple of years have been pretty tough for you. You've been criticized for the poor performance during Lok Sabha polls, the entire expulsion of Somnath Chatterjee episode, and now, of course, once again, these poor results. Did you at any point feel like that, I've had enough, okay, I just want to hang up my boots, I want to step down, make way for others?
No, as communists, we are spending our whole life working for our cause. I don't think any one of us ever thinks of stepping out of the movement.
Step downs. No, you would continue to be a communist, of course. But what I meant is that, did you at any point feel like quitting from the post of General Secretary? Bring in somebody new or someone else with some other approach. Did it come?
Well, that's for my party to decide. We will discuss this matter, but we will continue to have a collective leadership. There may be shifting of responsibilities. After all, the General Secretary is only one among the Politburo who's supposed to work as the spokesperson for the Politburo. He doesn't decide matters on his own. But there is sometimes necessity to bring a change, and that will be done in the party if it's required.
When we come back, one of India's most eligible bachelors is now hitched. We introduce you to Mrs. Vijinder Singh.
லலிதாவின் மிக குறைந்த சேதாரம், அதற்கான 1 கோடி சேலஞ்ச். கனவா நிஜமா?
100% நிஜம் சார்.
ப்ரூவ் பண்ணனும். லலிதால என்ன நகை வாங்கினாலும் மேக்ஸிமம் சேதாரம் 10% தான்.
சப்போஸ் சேதாரம் அதிகம் இருக்குன்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிட்டா?
ஹலோ, 1 கோடி ரூபாய் உங்க கையில சார்.
ஷபாஷ், சரியான சேலஞ்ச்.
ஓகே, கால்கட்டா டிசைனுக்கு எவ்வளவு வேஸ்டேஜ்? கல்கத்தாவோ மும்பையோ ஆன்டிக்கோ குந்தனோ எல்லா நகைக்கும் 1 to 9% தான் வேஸ்டேஜ். ஒரு சில ஐட்டத்துக்கு தான் 10%. முக்கியமா லலிதானாலே 916 BIS ஹால்மார்க் தான் சார்.
டிசைன் பிரைஸ் ரெண்டுலயும் லலிதா தான் பெஸ்ட்.
சோ இவங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி ஒரு சில இடங்கள்ல குறிப்பிட்ட நகைகளுக்கு மட்டும் குறைந்த சேதாரம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஆனா பல டிசைன்களுக்கு 14, 18, 20% வேஸ்டேஜ் போடுவாங்க. அப்புறம் 1%, 2% குறைப்பாங்க. இந்த வேலை லலிதா வேலை இல்லவே இல்லை. சிம்பிளா சொல்றேன், 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய்க்கு நகை வாங்குறீங்கன்னா கொடுத்த பணத்துக்கு எத்தனை கிராம் வீட்டுக்கு வாங்கிட்டு வரீங்கிறதா முக்கியம். அதான் விஷயம், அதுலதான் விஷயம். அந்த வகையில் லலிதாவின் 1 கோடி ரூபாய் சேலஞ்ச் கனவல்ல நிஜம்.
P.G. Panchavarna Premium Flats. Offer price ₹2,695 per square feet. GST Road, Urapakam. Short time offer for lifelong happiness.
Welcome back. Now it's official. Indian boxing has a first family, with Vijinder Singh marrying his longtime girlfriend Archana in a private ceremony in Delhi today. The guest list, which mostly included members of the family from both sides, also saw Congress's General Secretary Rahul Gandhi register his presence. And finally, the superstar's health has been a reason of grave concern over the last couple of days. But the medical bulletin for the day says that Rajinikanth is stable for the moment, catching up with the family at the Sri Ramachandra Medical Center in Porur. But as for the fans, prayers continue to go out as they are fervently praying for their ultimate boss. Lalit Jude, in fact, tunes into the fan base.
பராசக்தி ஹீரோடா சிவாஜி பேரை கேட்ட உடனே சும்மா அதறதில்ல.
Rumors over Rajini's state of health have been flying fast and thick in the last 24 hours. But the superstar's son-in-law and actor Dhanush says there is no reason to worry.
Superstar's fine, there's nothing wrong with him. These are just rumors, as you know it.
My request to all his fans, all cinema fans, all his well-wishers all over the world, not to take it seriously. It's just a rumor.
Meanwhile, his fans, a worried lot, have been thronging temples to spend a special prayer for their superstar.
எங்கள் தலைவர் ரஜினிகாந்த் அவர்கள் திரையுலகில் இன்னும் பல ஆண்டு காலம் பல வெற்றி படங்களை தந்து இந்திரா மாதிரி இன்னும் 10 படங்கள் நடிக்க வருவார். மிக மிக விரைவில் குணம் அடைஞ்சி அவர் வீடு திரும்பணும், நீடு ஆயுளோட தீர்க்க ஆயுசோடு வாழணும். அவருக்கோசம் இங்கே இருக்க பகுதி சுற்றி குன்றத்தூர் பகுதி சுற்றி மொத்தம் 12 கோயிலில் சிறப்பு ஆராதனை பூஜை நடத்தியிருக்கோம். அவருக்கோசம் இன்னும் அடுத்த வாரத்தில் பெரிய யாகமே நடத்துகிறோம். இந்த நேரத்தில் ஆஸ்பத்திரியில் இருக்க சொல்ல பல வதந்திலாம் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. இந்த வதந்தியில் யாரும் நம்பாதீங்க.
ரஜினிகாந்த் அங்கிளுக்காக நான் கோயிலுக்கு வந்தேன். அதுக்கு உடம்பு சரியில்லை. அதனால் நாங்கள் சாமி கிட்டலாம் வேண்டிக்கிட்டோம். அவர் நல்லா இருப்பார். அவர் நிறையா படங்கள்லாம் நடிப்பார்.
நான் யானை இல்லை குதிரை டக்குன்னு எழுந்திருப்பேன்.
That line from the film function for the movie Chandramukhi may have been uttered by the superstar Rajinikanth himself, but his fans are hoping the star would pull it off in real life and bounce back in the coming days. In Chennai with Lalit Jude, Evelyn Matthew for Ndtv-Hindu. Now the summer vacation is here and along with it cricket. What more do you need to enjoy the holidays? Well, some time ago, someone thought adding a little competition might just make them more enjoyable. And thus, the great Teenage Premier League was born a couple of years ago and is adding to its scorecard. Our sports reporter Sudarshan picks up the bat and the ball and gets you this report.
Who knows? Maybe a Murli or an Ashwin is in the making right here at the Teenager Premier League, better known as the TPL, where boys aged between 13 and 19 can make a pitch to be as competitive as an indoor park match.
We want to create one Dhoni in our school team in yourself to build a game what you can play for. This TPL gives us a chance to play for it.
TPL gives a fair chance for all players to show their talents.
It is a big platform for all players.
People who have left out in the school team can play here, get nice exposure to the game.
And don't miss the team names, humorous and catchy.
See, the whole concept of TPL is they form their own team. We give them an opportunity to form their own team names as well. So they come up with these wacky ideas and these wacky names. So that is something which encourages them to play well. Something like Meditating Monkeys, Tsunami, Crumbling Losers, Wonder 11.
And just like the IPL, the TPL too has grown, forcing the organizers to change the format for this edition.
Only thing which we wanted to improve was only based on what our participants need, because they are the end users and they should be happy basically at the end of the day. So they wanted a league format from that time onwards. Even last year they were very adamant that we want a league format. So this year, whatever would happen, we always wanted it to be a league format.
And that's not all. The purse for the tournament has grown to 15,000 in all. 12,000 for the winners and 3,000 rupees for the runners-up. In Chennai, with Sudarshan, this is Ashmit Kumar for Ndtv-Hindu.
Well, there's no dearth of the gentleman's game this season, is there? More news in Tamil that's coming your way. Thanks for being with us on Headlines Now.
Headlines Now is brought to you in association with Lalita Jewelry and Textiles, Chennai and Madurai. VGP Universal Kingdom, your family amusement park. Harley Street, the Medical Park, Tharamani,